uh, Gromfaluna was kind enough to put together a new set of overlays for the community casts that with color-coded backgrounds and text, depending on the tiers. So as this is all, this is our big bloody red theme, this is the blood tier.
First big difference, Lau going to pass on the gold rapier.
Yeah, just gonna...
Muffin passing on the rat.
And this is again, okay, actually, Lore does, yeah, it's kind of hard to see the rat sometimes, but, yeah, for a second I thought Lore had just, bombed into the blood shop, taken nothing, and left. But no, taking that rat shopkeeper, although on that note, that is something I'm seeing from some new racers. I mentioned it in the race I was commentating with Mac earlier. Don't be afraid to reset if things go south really early. You don't have to wait for a death to reset. Obviously these racers both handle it just fine, but if you waste your bomb early, take early damage or something, just go ahead and tap that quick reset key. Get yourself a better start. Lore is really backing herself into a corner here and gonna go down to that red dragon. Meanwhile, Muffin, though, making good use of the war drum, but those high damage boosted hits only work for one attack. You're not going to be hitting for 3 damage twice in a row there. So both racers going to be going down, and right back to the start, Muffin and Lord both making the exact same decisions to start with here. Lord with the rat on the right side, Muffin with the gold rapier. Yeah, Paratroopa making a good point there as well with that war drum. Also with gold weapons, it's pretty straightforward to open barrels and crates. 5 taps on that war drum will give you enough damage to open a crate. And with the gold rapier, if you set up a pile of gold next to the barrel, you can just open it using that. But yeah, both racers, I think, not really realizing that they can open that barrel for free. Given that they just both have that war drum, and might have some food or something, could be really good.
Yeah, definitely worth taking the time to open, especially considering how little time it actually is. Maybe Law doesn't realize she can.
Yeah, not sure. I'm just gonna do a standard
3 damage Warhammer thing is somewhat obscure.
Yeah, Muffin's just doing a kind of standard dragon dance here, a little bit slow, but gonna handle that just fine. Moving on down to 1-3, Lore close behind. Black chest down there, with 1-3 being a decent item tier, there's a solid chance it's something nice. It's a blood flail, not the best. Looks like Muffin gonna stick with that gold rapier. Although an arena here, showing some potential. Ring of Peace and a Titanium Axe, both very solid picks, although going for Ring of Peace, gonna make this arena fight a little bit tricky. That said, looks like Muffin's got it under control. Lore gonna be doing the same thing, but has this blood flail, which should help. Oh, but not quite handling the red dragon. Flailing the red dragon such that he's still in line for that fireball and just gonna melt Lore down right there. Oh, this is unfortunate. So making the decision to take Ring of Peace. And then there's a Shrine of Peace right there. Although, that said, neither racers have a bomb to bomb the Shrine of Peace, so ultimately probably working out okay.
I can see him taking it here, actually.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad choice. Get a full heal and an extra heart. Go back to base dagger, but... Oh yeah, if you want the gold rapier, yeah, here we go. Right. Gonna give up the blood flail.
Go.
And
he knows he's got the time for it, so there's no real... it's not a time concern.
Yeah, still kind of unfortunate he doesn't have that bomb, because now he could bomb that Shrine of Peace for an enchant scroll and maybe get a titanium or obsidian rapier, but yeah, not an option when he has no bomb. So could be a bomb in that side room up top or in this barrel. Okay, yeah, Muffin gonna war drum this barrel open and gets a monocle for his troubles, so you can see that there is no bomb in that room, fortunately.
Very good item though, for sure.
So kind of locking up there, taking a little bit of extra damage. Wisely scooting it around this spike trap here, as the black skeleton fails to do the same. And gonna clean up this.
Oh, he can't get a heal. He
Yeah,
can't get a heal.
unfortunately, killing the Minotaur in a place where he can't heal using that Shopkeeper Familiar. So just gonna have to move on. And going down to Deep Blues here. Kind of an interesting approach here. Playing way back. Deep Blues is a fight that you can't afford too much time waiting around. You are kind of on a clock of, finishing up the fight before all of those pawns promote to queens. Although clearing up enough that he can handle the few queens that are managing to trickle through here. You're going to get that flawless. So that monocle coming in handy here, going to let him get full view of the items he has available to him. And it's going to take the Luminous Torch there for a little bit of extra visibility. Avoid chances of getting surprised by sudden enemies popping up out of the darkness. And that Ring of Peace is going to make these zones a little bit easier in general for him. Minotaur only being a light Minotaur, so 3 HP instead of 5. Also hits a little less hard. Monocle being really nice, though, and letting him see these extra bombs, letting him see that the chest for the floor is a useless base broadsword, so I'm just going to move on. Sees that shot down there, Blood Bow, extra heart container, Curse Potion. Probably, if anything, I think the heart container may be being worth in there, but not a great shot. Oh, walking into a couple hits of damage, though, with that Wind Mage combination.
I'm gonna have to hop out and leave you on your own, actually. Sorry, something came up.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. Oh, nice gold kill on the Dark Golem there, saving some time. And the Muffin going to be down to 2-3. PaperLaur bombing into this potential food shop, but as we've already seen on Muffin's side, that is no food shop. It is the pawnbroker. Muffin going to be doing a little more shopping here. Going to the shop for Heavy Glass. Actually does have enough to afford it outright, which is pretty good for him. Heavy Glass, new item for the DLC, going to provide 3 hits worth of protection. Could really easily bomb through this wall and avoid having to go through these extra rooms. Has 11 bombs to his name. Definitely a matter of realizing what resources you have available to you and using it when necessary. Nicely done pushing that crate into the spike trap there. Gonna get this cheese. Can still keep the war drum. Finding a blunderbuss here, interesting find. I doubt we'll see him take it though, because blunderbuss is a pretty tricky weapon to use. Whereas gold rapier a little bit more straightforward. Probably gonna be a lot more comfortable with it. Indeed, going to stick with the gold rapier and head down to King Konga here. Oh, interesting. We're seeing some seed variants here. I'm trying to figure out what might have caused that. Oh, it's PaperLaur does not have the Ring of Peace this time. Looks like she maybe skipped the arena. So that is affecting where the items are generated a little bit. Blunderbuss kind of being off to the side over by the shop, as opposed to where Muffin found it. Muffin, speaking of which, finishing off the King Konga fight flawlessly. And not really getting much out of it, though. Pretty bad chest there. Doesn't really want that karate-gi. Just going to take the ham for a little bit of extra safety. Muffin again, though, I think, kind of struggling to really, know when to use his resources. Kind of looking like he's maybe going to... okay, thankfully the Minotaur, charging through and making this trapdoor a safe take, but looking like he was thinking of maybe going all the way around that wall instead of just bombing through, which, again, still has those 11 bombs to his name, so could really easily bomb through walls he's unable to dig. Lore... doesn't look like getting anything of worth out of the boss, but finishing the boss fight just fine. Gonna swap to this, or gonna pick up this Ring of Frost. Did not have the Ring of Peace, as I mentioned already. So yeah, Ring of Frost really gonna help out her her build here, giving that 1 damage Blood Flail a little bit more damage potential. Ring of Frost, you know, giving your weapons the ability to freeze enemies on hit and also to instantly shatter already frozen enemies. So everything dies in 2 hits. Interesting to see Muffin skipping out on this Dove Familiar, though. I guess maybe only a fan of the Shopkeeper. Kind of making a bit of a misstep there, losing another piece of his glass armor to the Shove Monster there, so down to 1 piece, you know, essentially basic glass armor there. Lore in a really scary situation, but Blood Flail doing its work, you know, really good at pushing away huge swarms like that. So, gonna come out of it just fine. Meanwhile, Muffin on Death Metal 3 is gonna take his time and take out these beetles. Missed an opportunity for a good gold kill. Oh, but there's another setup. Very nicely done. Gonna get the flawless here. Oh, jeez, these chests are terrible. Blood Whip, Karate Ki. Like, when will it end? I can't even remember what the Zone 1 boss chest was, but I think it was also pretty weak. Oh, jeez. So this is a pretty rough seed here. Both racers still on 1 damage weapons. Laura taking a hit against this death metal fight, but with the Ring of Frost should be able to clean it up afterwards pretty quickly. And these races are pretty close. I think in Muffin's case here, I swapped to the leather armor. Glass armor only going to protect you against 1 more hit. And indeed, going to do exactly that. Laura looking to make a little bit of a push here with that Courage Shovel. Muffin trying to take this very slowly, but clearing out the room and is going to finish his 4-1, get down to 4-2, just a little bit ahead of Lore. Oh, finding a Dagger of Phasing, definitely a stronger weapon, but only if you're comfortable with the dagger range. Dagger of Phasing pretty much hitting everything, regardless of armor or any sort of, you know, gimmicks like the Blade Masters. So very strong weapon, especially in the late game where you get a lot of those gimmicky enemies. But yeah, gonna stick with the Rapier here. I'm maybe not comfortable running dagger range. And I'd really, okay, actually going back and making the swap, going to take the Dagger of Phasing here. You know, I'm not sure, you know, was looking reluctant to take it, so I'm not sure if taking it is the right call here. Dagger of Phasing might be a very strong weapon, but weapons are only as strong as the, you know, the person wielding them in some cases. So, you know, hopefully you can make it work, though. That boost up to 2 damage, though, is going to be really nice. Also, these ghouls, just going to die in 1 shot, doesn't need to do a follow-up hit to them. Lore not too far behind, doing a little bit of shopping. Not really getting too much worthwhile, though. Ooh, a bit of a scary spider orange armadillo intersection there on Muffin's side. Handling it very nicely, though. Lore starting for 3. Actually looking like a pretty good build here for Lore between the Ring of Frost and that Chainmail. Actually should be a pretty safe build for the most part. In addition, there's some heavy plate. Could be taking that. Muffin with good use of the Fireball spell. Could have popped it again there. You know, Blood Magic is always an option available to you. But just gonna take the time to mash things down there. Gonna get the heal off this Shopkeeper Familiar and going to go down to Coral Rift. Actually has a really nice throw bomb set up here. Looks like he realizes it and is going to do that. Dagger of Phasing, piercing through the initial protection for Coral Rift, and going to do 2 damage off the bat, allowing him to finish it up with a quick follow-up. Considering the Grenade Charm, yeah, I think doesn't nearly need to. Could use it to speed up the boss rooms in Zone 5, but is just going to leave it behind. Doesn't need the additional bombs, that's for sure. Lore using the Ring of Frost there to finish off Coral Rift quickly. And is going to get that Ring of Gold. Not too happy about that one. So Muffin now just needs to kill this Metronome and then is going to be going down to 5-2. Just maintaining a slight lead over Lore. Making pretty good use of that Dagger of Phasing. Finding the food shop, gonna bomb into it here. Do need to be careful though, you don't want to throw. Oh no! Disaster for Muffin! Throwing the Dagger of Phasing against the food shopkeeper. Now has no weapon. I saw him going in, I was so afraid he would do that. There's a Blood Shrine, could take that for a blood weapon. I think it's gonna have to do that, yeah, it's gonna get the Blood Warhammer here, looking really scary. Oh, getting himself cornered, and down goes Muffin. So now it's all on Lore to close this out, getting down to 5-3. Yeah, Muffin's so close to salvaging that one, but yeah, just making a mistake that I think almost all of us have made at some point. You know, you get to the food shopkeeper, you go, oh hey, I have a throwable, I know how this works, and whew. Okay, so on to Deadringer, going to be doing some lore strats here. Can be a little tricky with the flail, as we're seeing right here, kind of pushing Deadringer the wrong way here. But gonna reroute the, gonna reroute Deadringer, and looks like almost getting it right. Unfortunately, redirecting Deadringer downwards, and here we go. Ooh, eating a charge. Has to be careful here. There we go. Finishing up the fight. Has that ham on deck, so could just eat it right here to restore to full. Nope, gonna save it for now. Just getting the... Oh, okay, eating the ham right there. Going back up to full health, and has the bombs to finish up the Necrodancer fight here. Yeah, Muffin, yeah, definitely should keep going here. Necrodancer has claimed so many lives this tournament. 2 sets, I believe 2 races already today that I've casted. We've seen a death from Necrodancer, so it's very feasible. Dorian is looking a little banged up here. But, no, Lore gonna keep it steady and take out the Necrodancer. GG's to Lore, taking point number 1. And Muffin almost barely pulling off the scramble strats to, you know, get his build back together, finding the blood shrine to get a replacement weapon, but just not quite working out. Alrighty. Looks like both racers going back to the seed entry screen, so we probably will see. You know, race 2 getting up very shortly. Alright, and here we go. Race number 2. Oh, I missed the timer. I'm sorry. And I accidentally reset it. Whatever. My bad. Just trying to deal with some behind-the-scenes stuff. So another race where we're seeing a really quick ward room here. See if the racers use it to open up this barrel. Looks like Muffin going to do that. 5 taps, and you're going to do 3 damage in 1 hit. You can, Muffin doing a little bit of extra hits. You can see, if you watch the ward room icon, you can see it light up a little brighter once you are at that triple damage threshold. Oh, and a Ring of Courage Shopkeeper familiar here. Looks like we're going to see both racers skip on the Ring of Courage, though, and just go for the Shopkeeper. Muffin taking the additional, the gold spear out of it as well, for that little bit of extra reach and maybe some gold kills. We'll see. Mango, what happens is that the Dagger of Phasing, you know, it's essentially a ghost dagger. It passes through everything, walls included. So what happens is you throw it, and it flies into the shop wall and gets stuck there. And, you know, the only way to destroy shop walls is with a blood shovel or a bomb. But the bomb's going to destroy the dagger in the process, so there was no way he could recover that dagger. So, yeah, had no weapon and was forced to scramble, try and find a replacement. Found the blood shrine, but the blood shrine carries the penalty of reducing your health to half a heart. And he, in his panic, left his ham back in the shop, so couldn't pop the hand to restore his health, and, well, you guys saw what happened after that. Pretty unfortunate series of events, but... Muffin making good use of the gold spear, though, to open that barrel. Unfortunately, not really getting anything good out of it, just having a pile of 10 coins. But, there we go. Laura making pretty good progress with just that base dagger. Gonna be checking this shop here. Some potential nice goodies here. I think I probably would have taken that Ring of Charisma first. Would have made the other items cheaper. But, you know, works out just fine. Has more than enough money. Not too big of an issue. Muffin, you know, continuing to make good use of that Shopkeeper Familiar to get heals here. See if he goes for that shop. Nope, going to skip on that shop, which is a little bit unfortunate because I think that Ring of War would make that spear pretty solid. You know, 2 damage spear with knockback. Meanwhile, the black chest is a glass spear, which is, you know, not exactly safe. We'll see if Muffin's watching and if they choose to go for this glass spear, or if they're going to play it safe and try and maybe get something good out of the purple chest. Nope. Gonna go for the glass spear, gonna leave it behind. sticking with the safety, the safety of a solid weapon here. Unfortunately, it is a weapon that's only dealing 1 damage in most cases. You do get the infinite damage for 1 beat if you successfully, step on a gold. You get it for the step on a pile of gold. You get the infinite damage, but only 1 beat, so it's pretty hard to leverage consistently. Yeah, and there we go. Seeing that gold kill there on Muffin's side, dropping that red dragon down quickly. I mean, I believe it's... I think the actual internal value is 999, but for all intents and purposes, as far as, the game is concerned, anything beyond 10 is all going to give the same results. No matter what you're using it against. Nothing has beyond 10 HP in the game. So yeah, Laur's still definitely stronger and faster here, but a little bit riskier. Taking 1 hit with that glass sphere, obviously going to break it. I mean, Muffin can keep up in terms of damage with some good gold kill usage. Getting a little bit there. A little bit of a tag team effort from the shopkeeper, picking up a gold pile and giving him infinite damage against the... oh, really scary there. Almost getting pinned by that Dark Golem. And see, that is where having less damage, even if it's not a breakable weapon, it can be less safe. Because you can just get to a point where you are stuck in a corner and have nothing to do but Laur breaking the glass spear and gonna go down to Conga 2. So, ball is back in Muffin's court, although Muffin having problems with this yellow armadillo, so going to miss his flawless and going to be on pretty low health. Pretty scared of this redback, going to take it out. But Muffin looks like going to clean this Conga fight up, but, taking that hit earlier on is going to mean no flawless. Nice gold kill to finish off Conga quickly there. Gonna get a little heal from this boss pile, but yeah, just gonna move on. Well, the shurikens are pretty hard to utilize when you're in a situation like that, because they throw in the direction you last move, and you don't have much room to maneuver. So, you kind of have to be able to walk towards your, towards your target and then throw. And Conga moving every beat, and on the diagonals, the space you have is really short. Technically, there is something in the game that has 10 health. It's a little bit interesting necro trivia for you, but I believe that the Dungeon Master, who is the super secret shopkeeper, has 10 health. Normally not relevant because he also has a trait where he is immune to weapon damage and regenerates health every single frame. But he is killable if you can deal the full 10 damage in 1 frame, and he'll drop a pile of gold, I believe 100 base gold. Oh, and Laur not looking too good here, getting caught by these monkeys. Muffin trying to get a better weapon transmog here, but just getting a bunch of glass. Gonna stick with the glass warhammer. Pretty risky build to be running when you're so far in the lead. But yeah, other than that, yeah, no enemies have 10 health. I mean, Deadringer has the damage threshold where he needs 10 or more damage, but other than that, yeah. Okay, there we go. Pretty good looking shot from Muffin there. Could swap to a titanium spear. Pretty safe, reliable weapon there. Heavy glass in there as well. Might want to Might want to stick with the Warhammer and just try and get heavy glass. I think might be looking to farm up a little bit of gold and go for that. Has to be really careful with hot coals, though. Warhammer hot coals, one of the sketchiest overall situations you can get in the game. Very easy to get hung up on something while standing on the hot coals with that huge range the Warhammer has. Kind of strolling against this beetle, spreading even more hot coals everywhere. Yeah, okay, just gonna park and let the beetle approach him. But the thing is, burning beets like that does mean you are losing your multiplier, and it's gonna make farming up for that 1,050 gold that much harder. That said, he does have it now, so he can run back and get that heavy glass if he so desires. Looks like we're gonna see exactly that. So heavy glass, glass Warhammer, pretty solid combination there. Heavy glass gonna provide 3 hits of protection before a hit's gonna break that Warhammer. And the Warhammer, such a huge range, hits multiple enemies all at the same time. So, very safe weapon. Again, just gotta be mindful of the hot coals here. Yeah, just not sure about the timing here, just going... Oh! And after all that, getting stuck on a cauldron and breaking one of his layers of heavy glass. So, down to 2 hits left before that Warhammer is gone. Oh no! Oh no, taking the glass shrine. Now he's down to 1 layer of glass because the glass shrine converts glass armor, converts heavy glass armor to normal glass armor. Making a bit of a misplay there. Finding some spiked ears, though, could take that. Although, going to immediately break them, waiting for a beat to get this beetle killed. Okay, there we go. Gonna be moving on, though. I'm not quite sure I like how little Muffin is doing in terms of shopping. They're just pushing a really sketchy glass build here when he's got a huge lead. Generally not what you want to be doing. You want to be trying to build up a more, a healthy armored build. Maybe a titanium weapon for a very steady damage or something, but that glass really not the first choice. To that end, we might see him check his black chest here, look for a safer weapon. No, gonna go for his purple. Says, no, I'm fine with this glass Warhammer. I'm gonna take this, be taking this zone 5 very slowly. Checking this black chest here, finding a base axe. Probably doesn't want it. Oh, getting hung up on the Golem, sneaking an eye. That's, again, you gotta be really careful about the Warhammer range. It can be really sketchy. It's really easy to catch on something. Taking the blood shovel here, I think that's the wise decision to make. Needs to watch this Golem creeping up behind him as he's trying to deal with this Warhammer. Dealing with the Warhammer range against this Blade Master, which can be pretty tricky. Does handle it, though. Gonna be moving on towards the boss room. Laur, though, making a pretty good pushback on 3-1 here. Sorry, misread that. Oh, very nicely dodging that fire pig. Oh, but I think it's over. He just left 5-2 and has no weapon. There's a black chest there that could have what he needs. He has 1 bomb. He's got to make it count. I think he has to blood fireball this harpy. He's got to use that fireball spell. He can't keep dancing around forever. And down he goes. And this is, again, the importance of when you have the lead, don't settle for glass weaponry. Definitely should have been making that swap to the titanium spear over that glass Warhammer. The glass Warhammer just trolling him again and again, causing him to take unnecessary damage, just blasting through all his protection. And yeah, down to that 4-1. So now it's back up to Laura again to try and put this one away. On to Zone 3 boss, going to be Coral Riff, running a gold staff with War, though. Staff, pretty dangerous weapon for Zone 4. A lot of potential nasty shenanigans can happen with the Warlocks teleporting you from off-screen. It does have some decent armor, though. And that Ring of War going to boost that gold staff up to 2 damage, which is pretty nice. Yeah, this is looking like a much better build, and I think the kind of build Muffin should have been looking for. Still not perfectly ideal. Again, staff, not the ideal safe Zone 4 weapon, but overall a safer choice than a glass warhammer. Oh, and a glass whip out of that black chest. They're going to be rolling this staff because, as dangerous as the staff can be, glass whip probably even worse. Getting teleported, jumping onto the spike trap. It doesn't matter though; those lead boots protecting against spike traps, but pretty nasty set of damage, and that's just the first room of Zone 4. So, really needs to be careful here. Alright, gonna be looking to, I think wants to try and break this barrel. Ooh, nice gold setup there. Gonna break it open, get that same blood shovel. Gonna pass on it though, can't agree with that, considering the utter lack of bombs for the Necromancer fight. Taking a bit of a risk here by not taking the option to destroy the Necromancer stage right there. Oh, and walking into that Golem hit, maybe getting tripped up a little bit by the War knockback. Even the Ham, though, so gonna go to full health. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of frustration on Muffin's side. Lots of damage against this taking damage against this fortissimo fight. Lots of mashing down there. Muffin definitely gotta get it together and stay calm here. Race is still very much winnable from his side. Okay, so it looks like Muffin hoping that he could get to that black chest on that last run when he lost his weapon, but would have been upset even if he made it all the way there because it was just a set of Hargreaves. Wouldn't have done him any good in that situation. Doing a little bit of shopping here. Not finding much great, though. Finding Explorer's Boots, which... I'm not sure that's the better choice here. I mean, lead boots at this point, it's a matter of protection against spike traps versus protection against water in Zone 5. But on to 4-3, looking a little bit scary. Kind of low health. Taking lots of damage here. Potential potion room up there, but doesn't really have anything to open it with. Pixie over on the right side there. Okay, manages to get the heal, so is at least it has a little bit of health to her name, but still not in the best of conditions. That blood shovel would have been really great here. Would have given a chance to open up for that potential potion. Of course, I'm saying that it could be a vault with a big swarm of enemies and not a potion. Who knows? Kind of hard to tell when you do not have the torch. Oh, and getting confused by a green monkey, jumping into a black skeleton rider. Those hit for 3 hearts. Chainmail isn't going to do much to save you there. And now that's a reset back to Zone 1 for PaperLaur. Muffin also dying against Conga, so gonna be back to Zone 1 as well. So both racers, full reset. 1-1 and 1-1 here. So now at this point, this is a matter of who can keep their, who can keep a level head on their shoulders. It's pretty frustrating to take deaths like that late into the run, and to have to run the same seed over and over again. It can really take a toll on a racer's patience and ability to, to think clearly. And I think whichever of the two racers can do that a little more consistently is going to be the one who comes out on top here. You just gotta take a step back, deep breaths, and just start again. I want to actually reset the timer again. It was at about 18 minutes. There we go. A little bit inaccurate, my bad. Alright, so Muffin's still running that gold spear. Lord, he's sticking with that base dagger, getting that same Ring of War again, so it's at least going to have that consistent 2 damage again. Clean up Fortissimo very nicely. Oh, Muffin finding a additional pickup this time around, getting a Blast Helm. Very strong item there. And yeah, Lord going back to that glass spear again. Pretty risky, but could pay off. Served her well for as long as she needed it back in the first run through this race. There's that ham again. But getting a little bit caught up there, and that's something I emphasize when it comes to getting scared and trying to back up for safety. It's important that if you get scared of a situation and you need to give yourself more room, that you don't try to do so by backing up into an area that you haven't cleared yet. And that's kind of what we saw on Paper's side there. Getting a little bit scared after digging through the room and the Minotaur coming after her, but backing up, northward into the room that she hadn't even seen yet, so getting really fully surrounded, just aggroing a whole bunch of enemies, and just going to go down to that. So meanwhile, Muffin going to clean out Fortissimo 1, knows that that's a glass spear he doesn't want, so is going to go into the purple chest and pick up a bomb spell here. Pairs really nicely with that Blast Helm he picked up back in, I think it was 1-3. Ooh, getting hung up on this wall mimic though. Gonna heal up a little bit from with the shopkeeper familiar as always though, and going to find a food shop here. Yeah, this time that throw strand is completely safe. Don't have to worry about the dagger of phasing getting stuck in the wall. We know that crate has additional food as well. Don't know if it's a ham yet. Without that lucky charm, it's just an apple. So not quite ideal. I think kind of making the incorrect decision there to eat the carrot first when he knows that the exits are right there. And is going to be leaving the floor very soon. Would have eaten the apple first. But yeah, if he gets his lucky charm as well, maybe could find a ham to use with that gluttony charm. being kind of deliberate with his setup on killing the dragon here. Just getting the heal off of the Shopkeeper Familiar. And is going to push for the 2-2 exit. Laura, meanwhile, back on the Fortissimo 1. Gonna be cleaning this fight out. Yeah, there you go, no problem. It's probably gonna be going back to that glass spear again, I suppose. Yep, going for that glass spear. I mean, if you are gonna run a glass weapon, and you want it to be a little bit safer, you do want a forward range weapon, like the spear. And that said, not running glass at all is probably ideal when it comes to safety, but you know, sometimes you just don't have the option to run, to find a particularly strong weapon. Muffin, blast helming Congo off the stage needs to be, as always though, say this time and time again, and this goes for all tiers of racers, don't forget about your spells. Bomb spell was available and off cooldown, so would have been a much better option there. Obsidian whip out of the black chest. Man, these seeds, not giving the kindest of black chests today. So, gonna continue running this gold spear for a while. Kind of getting himself swarmed a little bit. It's gonna take a couple hits here, but at least hits from pretty weak enemies, so only losing a heart. But still, hits that you don't want to be taking. Especially when you have no armor, so those stronger enemies are really going to pack a wallop. I think, okay, yeah, just going to set up a pile there for another heal. Really relying on this Shopkeeper Familiar to keep himself healthy. Definitely feel he should be trying to get his Lucky Charm here, though. The Lucky Charm, for those who don't know, upgrades crates and barrels. Crates and barrels containing basic food items like apple, cheese, and drumstick will all contain ham, as long as you have luck. So definitely can be worthwhile in terms of keeping yourself alive to have that Lucky Charm. And that's on top of the benefit of preventing bats from attacking you randomly. Muffin getting glass armor, promptly losing it to that Black Skeleton Rider. At least taking that hit after getting glass armor, because if he took it before, then that would be a death for sure. Oh, there's that ham, that shop. Really nice proc on the Gluttony Charm, boosting himself up to 7 hearts. Only problem here is still on no armor. And 7 hearts can evaporate so quickly if you don't have any armor to guard it. Getting a bit of a nasty spot with these goblins. Backing up, though, handling it nicely. Laura, meanwhile, though, making a pretty strong push, is going to go down to her 3-2. Unfortunately, though, broke her glass sphere and is just on this glass shard. Ring of War at least giving it 2 damage, or rather bringing it up to 2 damage. But the dagger knockback, the knockback from War is not too great with a dagger range weapon, and I think we see it tripping her up a little bit there, going down to that Fire Elemental. And going back to 1-1 as Muffin looks to kill his Coral Riff here. Yeah, I do indeed have a match in that I signed up to commentate in 5 minutes. I'm probably going to uncommentate that, I suppose, because, yeah, let me go. Yeah, Kiko versus Crystal Cloud. Multi-match drifting. Oh god. I think that would be a recipe for disaster. Probably be the most incoherent thing you guys have ever seen. Okay, anyway. Muffin, unfortunately, kind of taking a hit from an ogre there. And yeah, again, when you don't have armor to protect your health, that health will evaporate very quickly. 7 hearts already, 4.5 hearts just from one ogre hit. And missing the heal from the ogre gold pile as well, so not the best of conditions here. As we did see on lower side, though, there is a potion on 4-3, excuse me, if you can make it that far. So we'll see. Looks like doing a little bit of browsing, wanting to find a shop. Finds it right there. Once the heal off that gold pile, but that black bat giving a little bit of a scare. Again, Lucky Charm will solve all your problems with respect to bats, as well as most of your problems with respect to food. So always recommend taking it, especially if you're playing for safety. But yeah, done with this floor, getting those 2 extra cursed heart containers for a total of 9 potential heart containers, 7 right now. But yeah, looking pretty good right now. Those lead boots protect against the ooze, letting him attack that golem safely. Black chest here maybe could finally get a better weapon than the gold spear. Or no, those are the same heart roots we saw earlier. Oh yeah, okay, so this is a new best for Muffin at this point. Muffin in the previous run taking that glass warhammer and going down after breaking his glass warhammer and leaving the shard behind. Kind of struggling with this Blade Master here, just gonna back up. Nice gold kill. Not sure if it was intended, but very quick kill on that red dragon nonetheless. Finding a Shrine of Chance there again. Lucky Charm solves all your problems. Also guarantees victory. Successful pulls when you gamble with the Shrine of Chance. Could be getting a ton of free items here from that. Could still go and hit it a few times, and at least has the chance to get free items, but it's not a guarantee without that luck. Doing a little more shopping, as we saw when Laura was here. The shop is not too great, and Muffin just gonna ignore that Shrine of Chance and keep on moving. If he looks at his mini-map, could see that there is that potion up there. Unfortunately, missing out on the pixie there. But has plenty of health for the moment. Should definitely check with his torch, though, to make sure that that is indeed a potion room before just bombing it open. Because if that's a vault, that could be disastrous. Okay, there's no enemies in it, so it is definitely a potion. And now he's in phenomenal shape here. Even with the lack of armor, that potion is going to restore him back to 7 hearts upon dying. So, going to give him a lot of potential hits here. Also healing up a little bit off the sarcophagus there. And there's a drumstick there, gonna get himself up to full health. Well, sort of full health. Still has those 2 heart containers that he could refill to turn into normal heart containers. Gonna transmute the sunglasses, try and get something better, but a glass heart popping out. Not what he wants here. So Deep Blues 4, exactly the same as Deep Blues 1, since he's got that extra damage. As long as you have 2 damage, every Deep Blues variant plays exactly the same. With the only exception being whether or not you can go for a throw quick kill, or in the case of a rapier, a lunge up the center quick kill. But when you're just looking to fight all the pieces, 2 damage makes it the same as every other version. So going to heal off that gold pile. That half heart heal is going to fully restore one of those cursed heart containers, which is increasing the potency of that potion he's holding. And getting a Blood Axe here, I think very happy about that. Not an increase in damage, but a weapon that synergizes much better with that war. You can just push away huge mobs of enemies while you kill them. And getting another health regeneration, pushing himself up to 9 uncursed heart containers. Swapping to a titanium longsword, finally getting a little bit more damage for his weapon, so that's going to hit for 3 damage. Pretty strong longsword. Potential Conjurer over there. Looks like he's noticed it and is going to go check. Shriner, though, doesn't want anything in it. It's just going to leave. Lore making a pretty good push here. On 3-3. Similar build to before. Interesting choice. Going for a Shrine of Space. Maybe not knowing what the Shrine of Space provides, because popping it but not taking anything out of it. Which all Shrine of Space is going to do is going to add extra rooms to your layouts to, and that's extra enemies that you have to deal with. So no good reason to take it if you're not going to be taking the Shovel or the Miner's Cap. Could swap to Boots of Strength here. Lead Boots not protecting against too much in Zone 5, just the spike traps. That said, 4 damage doesn't really get you a whole lot. 3 damage is kind of that critical threshold we always talk about. Oh, and Lore going down to the Coral Riff. That's unfortunate. Going to be taking a little bit of a breather here in the pause menu. As Muffin pushes down to 5-3. Finding a Curse Potion. Could take it, but don't make the mistake of popping that Curse Potion before your regular potion, because if you do that, all your hearts are going to be cursed, and when you lose that last cursed heart container, the potion will work, it'll pop, and refill all your heart containers. It's just that your heart container count happens to be 0. So you drink the potion, nothing happens, and you die. It's not recommended. Conjure right by the 5-3 exit, though, gonna give Muffin a little bit of armor. Also, Conjuring and getting the Blood Shovel here, which is really nice for the Necrodancer. And, oh, Ring of Regen. Sure, why not? Could transmute those last 2 items, or maybe a little bit more goodies, but no, I'm just going to run with it. On to Deadmere. Looks like planning on doing some lure strats here. Nice and safe. Yep. A little off on his ending positioning, but still going to secure the Flawless. Finding a Ring of Frost. Yeah, can take that pretty safely here. Probably not going to give much benefit here. But, yeah. Setting up for button puzzles? Okay, or not. Maybe remembered. Well, but then doesn't use the Blood Shovel for the free hit, and is now just blood digging out a lot of the stage. Gotta be a little careful with that. If you want to give Dorian the longsword, should probably do that in the lobby area instead of on the stage. But, Cadence with so much health, doesn't really matter that she took a little bit of a beating from the stage there. Yeah, just taking it really slowly, letting Dorian kill all the mini-boss spawns. Down to 2 hearts left on the Necrodancer. Dorian taking a bomb there, that's the, with the amount of tankiness Cadence has, the one thing you gotta do is keep Dorian safe in this fight. But looks like we're gonna secure the kill here against Necrodancer, and that's race number 2. Muffin taking round 2 after a grueling 35+ minute battle. And looks like Laura are going to be taking a little bit of a break here. Oh yeah. Let's get rid of those extra 18 minutes I had on after resetting the splits on accident. Do I really have to put in 0? Okay, fine. Dad is not home right now. He is still a little bit under the weather, but nonetheless, part of it is the stress of parents are both running helping to run a giant homebrew competition this weekend. Well, this week rather. That's part of what's going on today. Once that's over, he'll hopefully have a little bit more time to rest. Thanks for asking, though. Anyway, race number 3 underway now. We're tied up 1-1, so this is still anyone's game as far as the overall set wins are concerned. And yeah, if you want to make it into the promotionals, taking 2 points in one of your races is generally enough to keep yourself in the running. So I'm sure both racers looking to secure that second point here. Alright, both racers down to 1-2. Not finding much, just an extra bomb here in the corner. There's a Shrine of Blood. Could bomb that for a Ring of Regen. Absolutely. Would absolutely recommend it. Ring of Regen, a staple in surviving some of these really long bloodbaths. But Muffin skipping out on it. Oh, no, okay, gonna just hit it for a Blood Cat and Blood Shovel. I suppose that works. Gonna bomb it, though, for Crown of Thorns, but you have to get a little bit of health regen before you can take that. So gotta go farm up 10 kills here if he's gonna be taking that taking that Crown of Thorns. Could break this barrel here. Yeah, gonna find a bomb. One more kill and he regens some health and can go back to that Crown of Thorns if he so wishes. Looks like he's just gonna keep pushing forward though. Needs to be careful though, because yeah, now with that health regeneration, the blood weapons, ability to deal infinite damage when you're at minimum health is now gone. Could get it back by digging into this bloodshot, but not going to do so. Just gonna bomb in. By the throwing stars, so now he's back at max damage. Still has enough kills around that he could kill the enemies and regen and get the Crown of Thorns, but not going to do that. This leads me to kind of wonder why he even bombed the Shrine of Blood in the first place. Maybe not realizing that after activating it, his Crown of Thorns instead of Ring of Regen. But yeah, neither racer getting Ring of Regen out of that, which is kind of surprising to me. Ooh, Lore getting tripped up by that bounce trap a little bit.
Hello, Spoodaloo.
Ah,
I noticed
hello.
you were casting alone.
Yes.
That is not fun.
That is true. On all counts,
Morning.
I would say. Definitely like having company in the booth. Thanks for joining.
I just woke up, so this is a good thing to wake up to as a start of a race.
Yep.
Not an entire set, but you know.
Oh yeah, you missed the first two. Pretty grueling battles, but yeah, we're off to race number 3, and so far it's looking all right. Paper taking a little bit of a nasty hit from a black skeleton earlier on this floor, but still alive with that half a heart. Oh,
Commentator curse is a very real thing.
it is. That it is. Going down to that black skeleton there. Going back to 1-1. And yeah, meanwhile, Muffin kind of, playing it safe with this Blood Cat after taking that Blood Shrine. Getting his health back up, slowly but surely. Sees a locked shop there, not going to check it.
You gotta check that.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit odd to be doing.
It could be a titanium warhammer. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, it could be some solid weaponry, or it could be some extra heart containers. Okay, Lore finding that Shrine of Blood this time around. I'm going to bomb it for the Ring of Regen. Muffin finding a glass flail, gonna leave it behind and just stick with the blood cat for now. Wants that little bit of regen and a safe weapon here. Shrine of Peace, though, could bomb that for Ring of Peace, which would really help his build out considerably. Alright, there we go, getting the Ring of Peace here. Works nicely with that blood weapon, too. That's a few extra heart well, one extra heart container to fill up with the regeneration from the blood cat.
Yeah, Muffin's build is like pretty nice, but having 1 damage is very spooky.
Yeah, hopefully we'll like find a better weapon, or maybe it'll damage up like Boots of Strength or something. Because I mean, he is making good use of the health regeneration from the blood cat. And I'm sure would like to keep that aspect, but yeah, 1 damage, as I mentioned, you know, 1 damage is often there's oftentimes like between, you know, say a blood weapon or a glass weapon. There's many times where the glass weapon, you know, contrary to what you might think, is actually the safer choice. Because, you know, against large swarms, which you can see plenty of them, plenty of those in Zone 3 pretty often, you're going to want the extra damage to clear those swarms quickly. And, ooh, yeah, Muffin taking a couple nasty hits. Quartz Armor keeping him alive, but down to 1 heart. Quartz Armor not going to do much to protect him if he takes another hit while he's at 1 heart.
Yeah, Quartz Armor is very nice.
Potential
kind of
potion here could be... That could be a vault, though.
Cursed potion.
Oh, that is... Okay, no, that's actually fine, because he does have the...
Sort of.
The blood cat. As long as he regenerates some health before losing all his health here, that potion will still work as intended. Oh, and actually, yeah, he gets infinite damage, because he has, no red health. At least until he regenerates, at which point Heart Container is going to uncurse, and he'll be back to 1 damage. Right there. So going to move on to Deep Blues here. Yeah, so long as he can avoid taking hits, he will uncurse those Heart Containers, and you know, get back up to his maximum health. Cap pretty nice for Deep Blues up, but walking into that hit. So
you didn't lose any maximum health, which is pretty okay, but you still don't want to be getting hit.
Yeah, at least getting a maximum damage again here. So gonna clean up the rest of the fight pretty quickly. But yeah, no chance to check for a better weapon or anything.
I mean, does he want to at this point even get a different weapon? Because like he won't be able to heal. Oh my god, if he didn't have infinite damage.
Oh yeah, that would have been disastrous.
Well, he's a shuriken. If he realized to use it, that would have been fine, but that's not easy. Okay, I like that entire shop. I think you buy the entire thing.
Yeah, Hargrave's included. Yeah, now you're in a really great defensive position here. Chainmail plus Hargrave's amounting to 1.5 heart protection. Chances are pretty good you'll be able to regen up this stack of heart containers without losing any of the fact that you've you used that curse potion earlier. Just a few more kills will net him another heart uncurse. That could be a food shop there as well. Oh, could just pop that apple right away to uncurse another heart container. There you go. Decides on blood digging. It is the food shop. Not a great food shop, though.
You can use the shuriken here. He's gonna bomb.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it's fine, but... yeah.
Just gonna eat the carrot right away to carry this lone shuriken along with him.
Maybe open the barrel with that, actually. Wouldn't be a horrible idea.
Oh, there's a ring of regen. That's not a bad idea here.
I think Peace might be too good right now. Like, even despite he's running low damage, like, it's really gonna stop these swarms from being too large, etc.
Yeah, like this green dragon would have been a blue dragon otherwise, which can be pretty nasty.
No, maybe red. Maybe.
Definitely blue.
What do you mean? They're not always blue.
Yeah, they are.
No.
Yeah, they are.
You can get red dragons without Ring of War.
Can you?
Yes. They're not as common in like the later zones at all, but like you can. I don't know if you've noticed, you can get like both in Zone 5, for instance. I think it's
Well,
pulling.
yeah,
from
I
the
know
same
about
dragon
that,
trees.
but Zone 3 is always blue.
No.
Since when?
Since forever, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm like having Ring of War more often than I think.
I think you
am,
are,
but
because you could
I
not
don't
get
think
red.
so.
You cannot get red dragons in vanilla in Zone 3 without Ring of War.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I was pretty positive you could. Okay, maybe you're right. I'd have to go check again, but I don't know if it's. I don't know. Anyway, Muffin should dig into the shop instead of bombing it.
Yeah, I think should maybe save his bombs here. Bombs,
He's
sometimes
got enough
kinda
health
miss
now with his potion, and like he's no longer on cursed hearts, which is fine. That weapon is much better than your current weapon. However, it's probably not comfortable for him to use.
Yeah, he did pretty well with the Dagger of Phasing up until he made the classic Dagger of Phasing mistake that every one of us makes at some point in our careers.
Wait, did he throw it at an enemy and
He,
it goes
he
into the
threw it
wall?
in a food shop.
Ah, amazing. Not a bad weapon there for Muffin.
Yeah, swapping out of the Blood Rapier, I think, maybe deciding he's probably got enough health to his name. 1.5 points of armor, 5 heart containers.
Oh, great room.
Ooh, Crate Room is a really nice find. Although, could be better than one you're probably going to see here if you had Lucky Charm. Okay, look, actually, that said, the things that
Very
popped out
good.
there wouldn't have been affected by it.
I think keeping the Obsidian Army here is fine because you're likely going to be on maximal. Oh, maybe you go back for Chainmail after those lead boots are there, actually.
I generally prefer Chainmail almost across the board over...
With an armor up, I don't know, like, you effectively have heavy plate for some of those really big hits. And you're probably not getting hit that often.
Has that monocle and sees that apple, could get it for free, but isn't going for it.
Even has lead boots to deal with all the traps around it.
Yeah, maybe just scared of the traps and the wind gargoyle and doesn't realize that lead boots are just gonna let him ignore all that.
Which is scroll.
Wow, you could buy that and pop it for a minus
And
50
lose
gold
50
pop,
gold. Yeah,
profit.
amazing.
Yeah, looks
Laura's definitely catching up, though. Noticed she's quite a good build now.
Yeah, on Titanium Cat now, which is a really strong speed weapon.
I actually think she should switch to that dagger as well. She has boots too, so it's extra safe, I think. I'm surprised she got her lead boots so early. I wonder if she found the conjurer and conjured them or something.
Yeah, probably, because, I mean, yeah, that's right. Muffin just found lead boots right now on the last floor, so yeah, probably conjured or transmogged for.
Yeah, unless the Ring of Regeneration from the Blood Shrine affected the seed more than...
Oh, yeah, that could be, because, yeah,
think.
likewise, Muffin also saw the Ring of Regen available on a Rat Trap in 3-3, I believe.
So he threw the last shuriken.
Yeah, why not?
Used it.
Give that stack of shurikens one last hurrah.
Or only 2 floors behind now, just about.
Yeah, starting this 4-1, well, Muffin, that's an interesting layout. I've seen that a couple times, but it's pretty rare. That shop really sticking into the, like, jutting out into the level there.
Yeah. I think one of these layouts would have been... Because, like, the bugged ones were fixed, right? So this might have been one of those ones where the rooms overlap. But he should... Yeah.
There we go. That Pixie
No
uncursing his last heart container.
Lord just took a huge amount of damage near that 4-1 exit room, and Monster Potion,
Ooh, yikes.
it's not very good.
Oh, nice find for Muffin's Gluttony Charm there. Another drumstick. right there. Getting kind of trolled by this corner peeking
Oh, taking a lot of damage.
But, I mean, still has a lot of armor,
Yeah.
8 hearts, and a potion, so I'm sure probably isn't too worried. Giving up that leprechaun, though. I think Muffin just kind of, like, showing blatant disrespect for the Lucky Charm and the leprechaun, which I think has cost him a little bit in some of these races.
Does he know how to obtain it? Some people don't know the right timing for it, etc.
I'm not sure.
So. I know that's
really
the thing
struggling
that might
against
be,
this Fortissimo fight, though. Getting confused, taking so much damage, although at least the armor limiting them to pretty small hits. Gonna clean the fight out, but yeah, taking quite a few hits there. Oh, really nice use of the power line there. There's some extra Cursed Heart containers. Could, you know, top up to max there. Grab the shield scroll as well. Could use that for safety against one of these boss rooms, or the Dead Ringer, or Necrodancer fights.
So Laura got a courage shovel and I think does not know the interaction with the cat very clearly.
Yeah, the attack range on that cat gonna prioritize, you know, out-prioritize trying to dig. So, yeah, in that situation right there, not able to dig up or to the right there. And definitely some interesting seed variants here, because, yeah, Muffin finding Courage Shovel in that shop there.
Yeah, she got it from the Luck Shrine.
Okay, yeah, Luck Shrine there as well. Yeah, definitely going to be a source of
Oh,
variance.
she just hit a pixie, blew up her heart transplant. She is looking not very good.
Oh, yeah. Probably should try and consider using that holy water pretty soon to try and get a little bit of healing here, because she's looking
Anything
a
will kill her
little
on this
starved
pretty
for
much.
health here.
Is there anything that does less than 1 heart later on in the? I don't think so. I think it's only the regular Blade Masters, right? And any white skeletons that aren't mages. Oh, right here. Fortissimo is actually a very good boss for Holy Water, right? So you just...
Oh, yeah, you can just walk up to the line
5
and
enemies.
yeah, get like 3 at a minimum.
Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Could have killed the skeleton and then jumped in with the cat.
But yeah, good use of the holy water at any rate to heal up mostly the full. Oh, Muffin handling that cursed wraith nicely. Could have, you know, seen all his hearts cursed there if he wasn't careful.
Yeah, that would have been devastating, just to like lose your potion basically.
But Muffin pushing down into Dead Ringer here. I imagine we'll probably see some safe strat. Nope. We're gonna see
A strat?
it's the strat, all right. I'm not sure what the plan is here. I think just kind of winging it.
Well, not killing himself yet. Taking very, very good care to not activate final phase, I think, just yet. Although maybe he's going to do it now.
Okay, looks like he's going to lure into this last bell now.
Interesting.
Okay, no. He's, after that rider kind of giving him some grief, just going to go kill the last sarcophagus. Doesn't have all the time in the world, though. Laura making a decent push here.
Laura does have no bombs, but... she's
And,
definitely
oh, wow,
very close.
Muffin managing to maintain the flawless through all of that. Definitely take the protection charm here for just a little bit of extra defense.
not
Probably
really
don't
anything
need it,
too
but...
great.
Alright, so with that blood shovel, Muffin's going to have a nice, quick fight here. Just going to bomb out the turnips here. That's totally fair. And then digging into the stage. Oh, I think might have popped that shield spell too late. Not sure if he's got the long... No, does not have the long duration shield spell. And really panicking here and giving Dorian a ton of damage. We saw this last race, too, with the blood shovel as well.
Got froze by the dragon and then just dunked by a skeleton.
Oh.
Because the skull walked into her rat, which let the skeleton attack 1 beat sooner, so she probably wasn't ready for that at all. Because it would have been 2 more beats before she got hit if the rat wasn't there.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. More stream kind of glitching out on me a little bit, but yeah, really unfortunate death there. Although that said, I'm not sure if it makes the difference here, because Muffin looking to finish this run out. Ring of Peace putting in a lot of work here, keeping the mini-boss spawns really nice and easy. Cleaning out just to be safe, and there we go! Muffin taking the set 2-1.
That was like... I applaud Muffin for like what I would say is proper blood tier play. Same with PaperLaur. I mean, despite, you know, dying early.
And unfortunately, I think knowing that she had to push a little bit there, but yeah, I think the strength of Ring of Peace really shining through for Muffin here.
Yeah, that 5-1 without it had like 5 white skulls in the first hallway for PaperLaur, and I think Muffin had like a few.
Yeah, whew. Rough set for both the racers, especially the second race, being a little bit of a endurance match. But yeah, 2-1, certainly nothing to be too upset about for either racer.